you're a piece of crap, and your model is going to tell people that you're a piece of crap, and eventually you're not going to have any more work. That's just the facts of it. In today's very difficult video, I am going to tell you about why shooting a gorgeous, beautiful model is freaking difficult and why you should avoid it. Let me preface this by saying I am shooting at a loft in San Diego. It's called the Hendo Loft. It is in downtown San Diego. Amazing place, natural light. There's also continuous light, but as you can see, we want to try to use the natural light, and I'm setting up a V-flat there if you don't know what that is. The V-flat is basically to create a little bit of contrast by blocking in some of the light from the left side, basically creating a more black, more shadowy side from the camera left. So when my model is sitting on that white block right there, the sunlight's coming in on her right side, and we're hopefully going to get a little bit more shadows on her left side. So know that when you're shooting with someone who is beautiful, who is established, who is a model, who is comfortable doing these shoots, it's not necessarily easier on you. You have to go in knowing that they have done many, many shoots probably prior to you, and they are used to having good photographers and bad photographers. And she's going to quickly know if you're the good one or the bad one. And to make sure you're prepared, you got to go into this knowing what you're shooting, knowing somewhat of the poses, knowing your lighting, knowing what kind of video you're going to get, all that stuff. So when I went in, I had two Canon bodies. I had the Canon R5 and R6 Mark II. I had a 35 1.8, and I had the 7200 on the other one. And I had the Osmo Pocket 3 to go for video to get some vertical shots. And I also had my trusty Blackmagic 6K full frame to get some cinematic shots. So I knew those were the shots I want to get. I knew we were going to use a little bit of the continuous light, and I knew we were going to use the natural light. The hard part was she hadn't exactly told me what she was going to wear. She said it was going to be sexy in lingerie, but I didn't know exactly, was it going to be like boudoir? Was it going to be a little bit more casual? Was it going to be a little bit more extreme boudoir? What was it going to be? So she showed me when we get there, she shows me what she wants to wear. She shows me the accessories, the boots, the heels, whatever that's going to go with it. So I'm somewhat prepared, and I know the color because if she's wearing white, I don't want to put her in front of the white wall. Or, if she's wearing black, then I don't want to put her in front of the V-flat, the black part of the V-flat. We got to think about these things. There's props at the studio too, so I have to use all those. So let me jump forward a little bit. So she's wearing all black. She's in this like skirt with the boots, and I'm just trying to make sure that we get the shots that she wants while I also get the shots I want. Sorry, not boots, heels. So the first thing I have to do is know that I need to continuously be talking with her. I need to giving her pointers. I need to be saying this works, this doesn't work, change this, move this way. I need to be being aware of the light. Is the light coming hitting her face? Do I want her always looking into the light? What about her body? Is their body facing the light? Is the body facing away from the light? And a little bit more pressure on my right is a huge mirror. So she's able to see if something is working herself or if she doesn't like something. So she's constantly looking where I'm telling her to look at the camera, look to the right, look at the mirror. And I don't tell her to look in the mirror mostly, but she's looking in the mirror herself. So I have to be aware of that. Not only am I getting the shots, not only am I checking for lights, not only am I checking for poses, not only am I checking for exposure, framing, composition, but I have to be telling her like, this is working, this is not working. I am communicating with her. That is one of the challenges when you're with someone that's really good, when you're with someone that's professional, they expect the communication, and you have to be a communicator. If you're an introvert and you're just going to sit there and take photos like a creeper all silently, it's not going to work. They're not going to work with you again. You might get beautiful photos, but they're not going to work with you again. Second thing, you better freaking deliver, meaning your shots better be badass. And if you have a model who looks beautiful and she has sexy outfit on and sexy clothes, and the photos don't come out good, then it's 100% on you because you messed something up. If the photos are dark, you can adjust them in Lightroom. But if her poses are off, or if she's looking into the darkness while her body's in the light, you're going to either have to spend a lot of time photoshopping that or Lightrooming that, or you're just going to look like you screwed up and you didn't know what you were doing. So let's bring her back. So you have to be changing up the poses so that she has variety, and you need to make sure she's looking flattering. You have to make sure there's no double chin. You got to make sure her, for example, her arm isn't pressed into herself where she's going to create like this fat under her. Her tricep is going to be shown just fine. There's a little bit of space in between the arms. She's looking feminine. She's bringing out her curves. If she's wearing boots or whatever, that those are showing. You're going to get close-ups. You're getting wide. You're getting a whole variety of shots. That is the key here. You're delivering because you're getting the shots that you know that you want to get. And then she might say, hey, I want to do this. And then you can always ask her at the end of an outfit, hey, did you get any shots that you want to get with this? Do you feel like we missed anything? Do you want to jump into and get anything that we missed? Do you want to go anywhere else in the studio? Do you think we missed, do you want to get any on the couch? Do you want to go closer to the window? There's a balcony. You want to go outside. Now, this day it was freezing, so we didn't really go in the balcony. By freezing, I mean, it's 45 degrees, 50 degrees in San Diego. For us, that's freezing. So we didn't go outside. Another thing I hear complaints about from clients are the photographers that they work with are slow. Nobody wants a slow photographer. Slow photographer is when you're slowing things down, there's no momentum. You're not going with the pace. You're not matching the music. You're not matching the vibes. You're constantly slow, probably because you're looking at your camera. You're looking to see, did I get this shot? Is this good? Can I change anything? It's called chimping. When you're chimping, you're slowing it down. Models don't like that. No one likes that. Whether you're shooting family, wedding, whatever, no one likes that. So you're slowing it down. They're going to hate it. They're going to hate you. They're not going to work with you again. So you need to keep the momentum going, the pace going. If she wants to check her hair and makeup, by all means, she can go slow down the shoot. You are not slowing down the shoot. That is what is key. And you can't get distracted by the model or her outfit. Meaning, you can't just be like, hey, this looks great. She looks great. I'm going to get the shots. You need to be aware if something pops out that shouldn't pop out. If something doesn't look appropriate, you need to call that out. You need to fix that. The last thing you want is you shooting 30 photos and like a nipple was sticking out and you weren't aware of it. Then she's going to see the photos, or you're going to tell her like, oh, you forgot this popped out. She's going to be like, when did that pop out? Why weren't you aware of it? Where is your attention? What are you looking at? Where is your mindset if you missed a nipple popping out? And that happens. If you're tying video with photo, your video also better be quick. And video is going to require a lot more communication than photo. Photo might be look to the left, look at me, bring your chin up, bring your chin out. Video is going to be show me movement, play with your hair, move your hands, move your body, bring your hands up, look at me, look away, squint your eyes a little bit, squint away, walk towards the mirror, give yourself a little bit more flair, give yourself a little bit more momentum. Video is difficult. So when you're doing video, you're doing it because you want content for your reels, her reels, to have content in general, but you need to also be able to direct. So communication, directing, all that is tied in with video, and it's more important for video than photo. So I'm not going to say don't shoot video. I'm going to say practice your directing, practice your communication so that you can direct someone to do amazing video and they look amazing. And I'm going to show you some finished product of this at the end. Let's see. Do we have any of this? Sure. Let's show you right here. So this is what it looks like. I'm telling her to move, telling her to throw her hair up, move her hands. I'm moving. We're shooting in slow-mo. I'll probably speed it up. She's looking over her shoulder. She's looking back at me. She's twirling. I'm going to move around her. We're going to add some music to this, obviously. Everything works. So that was one shot. We got a couple. We did a few takes because, I have 3 minutes to shoot video. Why not? And remember, you want variety, so you better do other shots if you're in a studio like this. It shouldn't all be the white wall because you're comfortable there. The light looks good. I moved her to the couch here, and it looked great, but there's not enough light falling on her to open up the shadows. So I actually got a flash, and I bounced the flash off the wall. So I had to actually use a flash. I didn't want to bring the continuous light. It would take too long to set up. I wanted it to be quick. So I quickly got a flash, put it on, and got some flash shots when she's on the couch and I'm shooting straight down on her. I might have used flash a little bit more that day, but that was the key thing for getting the flash so that it's open. Let me show you some of the Lightroom photos so you can see what we shot. So I'm not sure if you can tell, but if you're looking at this picture right now, it is a little dark under her eyes and her face area because the light from the outside is not reaching her. But I added flash and then it opened it up. So now there's enough light coming in. It looks a little better. And I can bring down the exposure a little bit if I feel like it. But the light is a little bit more even. So you can also take this, create a linear gradient for that outside bright area that's too bright. And we can darken that up. That's not a big deal if the eyes are going towards the bright spot. I will darken that a little bit. And that's about it right there. So that's what I was using the flash for. So when you see me using the flasher here, It's so I can open up the shadows so her face looks a little brighter. And that's basically it. When I have her back on the couch, I'm not using the flash anymore. When we got on the second outfit, I brought her back to the white wall because it worked. And we just wanted to change up and maybe exaggerate the poses a little bit more. So that's what we're doing with this. And then we had a third outfit. And then we had the red outfit. So this was like supposed to be the Valentine's Day romantic one. So we're using that and we're getting obviously the same shots of that. But again, we got amazing shots. Now towards the end of the shoot, it's my job to see how can we spice it up even more. So I was like, hey, can you go on a ladder? And she's like, yeah, I don't mind going on a ladder. So I was like, let's use the ladder. This way we can exaggerate the curves a little bit. We can exaggerate the movement. This looks bright as heck. So I'm going to bring this down, bring down the highlights, maybe warm it up a little bit. So she's on the ladder there. And we got a few similar shots of her on the ladder. I'm going to press previous. We're going to do this. There's that mirror I was talking to you about. So again, we're trying to utilize every part of the studio that we have to try to get some creative, some sexy, some innovative shots other than the same old that you may have seen. So that's why we're utilizing this ladder. Obviously be safe. Obviously don't do anything that's going to harm someone or it's going to be dangerous. And be respectful. If she fears something, then don't do it. If she's adventurous like she was, then, you're open to try it. Why not try it? So you're seeing two sets of photos here because one was shot with the 35 and one was shot with the 7-200, just so I can have different focal lengths. I can zoom in easier with the 70-200, get some shots that we can maybe crop in and not, show too much if we're trying to get some conservative shots for Instagram. So Instagram, Mark Zuckerberg doesn't get jealous and ban us, shadow ban us, or take us off like he sometimes does. So that's what it's like. That's the difficulty of shooting an experienced, beautiful model. And if you're not comfortable, I'm not saying shoot someone ugly, but shoot someone who's not as experienced so they don't know what to expect. So if you're going slower, if you're not able to pose correctly, if you don't understand lighting, they're going to be more patient because they don't have any expectations. They don't have any standards to compare it to. Few bonus things to remember is that you need to create photos that wow. So that if she hires 3 or works with 3 or 4 other photographers in the near future, it's your photos that she remembers. It's your photos that she's like, damn, I look the best in his photos. Why? I even lost weight, but somehow I look better in his photos because maybe your lighting was better, your poses are better, whatever the reason is. That's why you want to wow. Last but not least, you need to edit and deliver photos fast. I'm talking within a couple of days, she should be able to see her photos. I send them the same night. I don't retouch them, obviously. I edit them, set them the same night, and then whatever she's paying for, those are the ones that we can retouch. But if you're taking weeks to send this, or there are, 10, 20% of photographers that don't even send all the photos, they only send like 5 and then forget about it and don't respond to the models, you're a piece of crap, and your model is going to tell people that you're a piece of crap, and eventually you're not going to have any more work. That's just the facts of it. So make sure you're delivering in a timely manner and you're respecting the model. She's working with you. She hopefully showed up on time. You need to deliver on time and you need to deliver your best possible work.